Hello to everybody students, welcome to our English class. So in this class we are going to start our new topic, that is from our English textbook 6th unit children. So this complete 6th unit is dealing about the freedom children. Okay, everybody knows what is the meaning of the freedom. Yes or no children? So right. So here the complete unit is discussing about the freedom, reading A, reading B and reading C we had children. So from that reading, from these three parts, we are going to start our reading A part, that is a long walk to freedom. Before going to start our lesson, we wanted to discuss about a few general topic children. Okay, we shall discuss the few general topic by seeing the pictures which is present in your textbook. So this lesson is present in the page number 108. Okay, so see the picture children, right? Hope everybody have opened the textbook. See the pictures. Have you seen these two persons? Yes, so you can recognize easily who is this first person, and you will feel little bit difficult who is that person. Yes or no? So the second person, who is that person? You don't know. Okay, some children knows I think, and some may don't know. So look at the pictures and discuss the question that follows. If you don't know, here the teacher is present always to give the to explain for you who is that person, right? Now, what do you know about the great persons in this picture? The first question he is asking. So here the first picture is shown here. Who is that? He is the father of our nation, children. Yes, so he is the father of our nation. Now second picture, one or the two children can they understand easily and they will tell the name of this person. So he is none other than that. He is one of the he is Nelson Mandela, children. Who is that person? Nelson Mandela. Okay, so the name of the person is Nelson. Nelson Mandela. Mandela. Right? So why can't we write the name of our great leader Mahatma Gandhi? Okay. M.A. Okay. So these are the two persons, first one and this is the second one, right? So the first person is Mahatma Gandhi, right? And the second person is Nelson Mandela. So everybody knows about the Mahatma Gandhi. He is one of the freedom fighters, right? Now who is this person, second one? Nelson Mandela. And what is the speciality of that person? You don't know, I think. Okay, let us see in our lesson, a long walk to freedom. This complete lesson is dealing about that person. That complete lesson is dealing about that person only. So in this lesson, he is giving the speech, children. Okay, so whatever the speech he has given, so from that complete speech, few words are taken. That means few sentences have taken and it has explained in our lesson, right? So have you seen, children, from our India? Britishers have ruled our country for 200 years. Okay, they have occupied our places. So who did not like that by being the slaves in India? Okay, so our Indians, they don't want to be Britishers ruled our country. So what they have done? They have fought with the Britishers. Lastly, they have gained freedom. When the Britishers are ruling our country, just we are slaves to them. Yes or no? We are just slaves to them. So we want to live freely. We want freedom. Who has got this thought? Our great leaders like Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay. So you can take many other names also, children. Many freedom fighters have sacrificed their life to have our freedom. So in the same way, this Nelson Mandela is the person who is belonging to South Africa, children. In South Africa, the two types of people are present, children. Two types of people are present. Who are those people? The white people and the black people. And this person belongs to the black people. So here in South Africa, the complete South Africa was ruled by the white peoples, and this black people are ill-treated. Okay, they are not treated well. So lastly, our Nelson Mandela, what he wanted to do, he wanted to get the freedom to his people. Who are his people? The black people are his people. So he wanted to gain the freedom to the black people, and he has struggled a lot, children. He had struggled a lot. That only we are going to see here. So in the first picture is about. So in the first question, the first picture is about the Mahatma Gandhi, who is the father of our nation, and he is one of the great Indian freedom fighter. The second one is the Nelson Mandela, who is one of the first president of South Africa, children. He had struggled a lot for the black people, and he has become one of the great person in South Africa. Okay, great persons in the sense he became the one of the president of South Africa among white also. Right. Now, what similarities do you find in their lives? What is the similarity you can see, children? So our Mahatma Gandhi, he is one of the freedom fighter from India. So this Nelson Mandela is another freedom fighter who has brought the freedom to the South Africans, black people. Okay, so this is the introduction part of our lesson. Now let us start our lesson, children. A long walk to freedom. The name long walk to freedom. A long walk to freedom means here this Nelson Mandela is not walking for a long distance and bringing the freedom. Okay, so it is nothing but he has struggled a lot to gain the freedom for the black people, children. So this complete lesson, what it is, what it contains. If we read the biography of Nelson Mandela means one book, it is not enough, children. So whatever the speech he has given about the freedom, bringing the freedom for the black people, from that speech few words has been extracted and it has given in our lesson, children. So let us start our lesson. So a long walk to freedom. In life, every man has twin obligations. Twin obligations. Obligations in the sense, what is the meaning? OBLIGATION. Yes, obligations are nothing but, children, responsibilities. RESPONSIBILITIES. Okay, so obligations are nothing but responsibilities. So in life, every man has twin. Twin means two obligations, two responsibilities. What are those? Let us see. Obligation to his family, to his parents, to his wife and children, and he has obligation to his people, his community and his country also. So what are the two obligations here? Keep in mind this obligation. Whenever I ask, you should have to tell this obligations. What are the two obligations a person had in his life? The first one is to look after the responsibility among his family members. That means family members means family, his parents. His parents means his wife. Okay, parents, wife and the children also. And the second obligation is about the what here? Responsibility among his people. Among the people means the people who are living surrounding among him. Okay, the people who are living among him. His community and his country also. His community and for his country also he has a responsibility. By being the citizen of India, we also have the two obligations to look after our family also, and obligation, responsibilities towards our community, for our society also we can tell. Now, so this is the two obligations we are going to see in our lesson. Now, in a civil and human society, each man is able to fulfill those obligations according to his own inclination and abilities. So in a civil and human society, okay, in our human society, in a human society, all these persons who are living in this society, they are having their own responsibility towards their family members and towards the community also. Here, inclination is nothing but interest, keeping the interest to have these obligations. Okay, next one. But in a country like South Africa, it is not like that all over the world. In a country like South Africa, it was almost impossible for a man of my birth and color to fulfill both those obligations. So the person who has born in South Africa, so we have told children in South Africa we can see two type of people, the whites and the black. Okay, the whites are having the white people had a lot of responsibility. The white people had a lot of freedom when compared to the black people. So these black people are not treated well. Okay, they are ill treated by the white people. So these black people, impossible. Okay, the black people has almost impossible for a man of birth. Okay, from the birth itself, for the black people, they don't have any they don't have obligation towards his family and towards his community also. in South Africa, a man of color who attempted to live as a human being was punished and isolated. Okay, so the person who belongs to this black people, okay, if he follows these obligations, two obligations, he was going to be punished. He was going to be punished. Isolated means punished children. Next, in South Africa, a man who tried to fulfill his duty to his people was inevitable, ripped from his family and his home, and was forced to live a twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. Okay, so children, the person from the black people who is having this both the responsibilities, okay, he is picked from those families and he was isolated. Isolated means keeping far away. Okay, so that by seeing that person, no one should follow the same rules. Okay, same obligation, same responsibilities also we can do. A twilight existence of secrecy and rebellion. It is one of the phrase, children. It is one of the phrase which means that okay, a twilight existence. Twilight means meaning is given. Used to describe a way of life which is characterized by uncertainty. Okay, so the way of life, how we are going to live in our daily life with full freedom, that is explained here. Existence of secrecy, existence of confident and rebellion. Rebellion means act, children. Now I did, here I, who is I came here in our lesson. Here I is nothing but our Nelson Mandela. Okay, so I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family, but in attempting to serve my people. So in that way, so this person belongs to the black people. Okay, he is from black people, children. So in the same way, he did not look after his family members. The person in South Africa who has born among the black people, they had the two obligations. Okay, in South Africa, everybody has in all over the world, everybody has the two obligations. But in South Africa, it is not like that. Okay, if the person who obeys the two obligations, they are going to be punished from the black people. Yes or no? So here, I did not in the beginning choose to place my people above my family. Okay, so what he is telling me, so he did not show any interest. Okay, he did not obey his responsibility among his family members, but he has shown some little bit of interest towards his people. I found that I was prevented from fulfilling my obligation as a son, a brother, a father and a husband. Okay, so he began to see completely for that. Okay, so he wanted to bring the complete freedom for the people. He served for the people only. He lived for the people only. So when he began to see for the people, he forgot the obligations. That means he forgot the responsibility to look after his family members, parents, brothers, okay, wife, and for the children also. He began to forget. Next, I was not born with a hunger to be free. Okay, so when I was born, no, I did not born with a hunger to be free. Okay, everybody will not born like that. Okay, after borning from the stomach of the mother, we wanted to become free. We need a freedom. Like that we will not. Okay, so here also he is telling, I was not born with the hunger to be free. I was born free. Okay, he is telling that I was born free. I did not born with the hunger of a free. Everybody will have some hunger, no, to become the first ranker. How you will become the first ranker? From the beginning, if you are very clever student, you will become the first ranker. Yes, son. So here also it is the same here. I was not born with a hunger to be free. I was born free. When I was born, I was very free. Free in every way that I could know. Okay, so I was very free. When I was a small child, I was very free. Free in the sense in all the cases he is telling. Free to run in the fields nearby mother's hut. So free in the sense in what way he was very free here. So when he was born, he was very anxious to run towards the fields. Okay, towards his mother's hut. Next one. Free to swim in the clear stream that ran through my village. So whatever the stream is nothing but a small river, children, which is passing away by their village. Okay, he was very free to swim in that river also. Free to roast meals. Free to roast meals under the stars and ride the broad back of slow moving bulls. So free in the sense. Okay, he was very free. When children to roast the mealies are nothing but mokajonne gutta, you will tell, not children, like a corn. Okay, like a corn tree it will be. So by burning that mealies and having when he was eating sitting under the stars. Okay, that means under the star means so during the night time he used to burn those meals and he used to sit by seeing the stars. He used to eat that meals, children, and he was very free to move the bulls, children, move the bulls. Have you seen in the villages we had a very big bullock carts? Yes or no? So simply the bulls, how it will be? Broad shoulder bulls. Yes or no? Slow moving bulls. Broad back of slow moving bulls. So broad back is nothing but the bulls which are very strong, which are very fat. For them we are going to call the broad back of slow moving bulls. As long as I obeyed my father and obeyed my customs of my tribe, I was not troubled by the laws of man or God. So lastly, what he is telling, children? So whatever the orders, whatever the words told by my father, that all words obeyed by me. Okay, if I don't obey means I am going against with my father, he will think. So he did not refuse to follow the words of his father. So that's why when he was followed the words of his father, he was not troubled. That's why he is not troubled the laws of man or God. Okay, he did not get any trouble. Why he did not get any trouble? Why? Because he has obeyed the laws of man and God. Next one, children. In his speech, again few words he is telling. What is that means? It was only when I began to learn that my boyhood freedom was illusion. So when he was growing up, when he was a child, he had a lot of freedom. Slowly when he was growing up, he has recognized that so whatever he has learned, no, that is only the dream for him. Okay, illusion is nothing but it is one type of the dream. When I discovered as a young man that my freedom had already been taken from me, that I began to hunger for it. So for what he was struggling? He was struggling for a lot. Okay, he was struggling a lot for have the freedom. So when he was grown up, he has recognized that the freedom has been taken from him. Next one. At first, as a student, that means in the beginning, as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. When he was a small child, he used to think that I need the freedom. I wanted to be free. I wanted to roam here and there. Okay, in that way he used to think. But here what is happening? See, at first as a student, I wanted freedom only for myself. The transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night. So the transitory. Okay, so if you wanted to be freely, children, that is your mistake, children. Why? Because so if you are wanted to be free by your alone means it is the temporary freedom. If you wanted to make you freedom, if you wanted to be freely, and if you wanted to make your people free means that is the true freedom, whatever the freedom you are facing, children. Next one. I wanted freedom only for myself, the transitory freedoms of being able to stay out at night. Okay, so the temporary freedom, this type of freedom he is liking now. As a student, he is liking the freedom where he was not sleeping during the night time and he used to read the books and I pleased and go where I choose. So that kind of freedom, wherever he wanted to go, he can go. That kind of freedom he has chosen. Okay, so that type of freedom is the temporary freedom to this person. Later, as a young man in Johnsonsburg. Okay, so later when he has grown up as a young person, he has recognized that I earned for the basic and honorable freedom of achieving my potential. So when he has grown little bit more, okay, so when he has grown little bit more, he has recognized what, children? He earned, that means by EARNED, earn is nothing but a desire for basic and honorable. Okay, so after growing up, he has realized that he just had a desire to have the respect for freedom of achieving my potential. That means in the future when he was growing, no, in the future he just wanted to be free to get the respect only of earning my keep. Okay, of earning my keep means how much he wanted to survive. For that purpose only he wanted to work hard, children. Okay, we will also do the same, no? Suppose we are doing some work means we just have to just have our livelihood we are working. So in that way he has the thought during his young period of marriage and having a family of marriage. Okay, so he has the freedom, he had a little bit freedom only to earn the money, okay, to go whatever he to wanted to go to that place wherever he wants to go, and he has the freedom of achieving my potential. Okay, he has the freedom of achieving his potential also. Potential is nothing but future children, and to get married. Okay, as a young person he wanted to get married and to have a family. The freedom not to be obstructed in a lawful life. Okay, so the freedom not to be obstructed. Obstruct means what, children? Okay, so addanki you will tell. Addanki is nothing but restriction, children. Okay, obstructed is nothing but a restriction. So the freedom not to be restricted in a lawful life. So whatever the freedom is needed now in his young age, it should not be restricted. The freedom not to be restricted in a lawful life. Now, but then I slowly saw that not only was I not free, but my brother and sisters were not free. So when he has grown up, when he was a child, he thought that he had a freedom by himself only, but he did not think about his other people. So when he has grown up, he has realized that he has realized that not only was I not he has realized that not only the freedom was not there with me, it is not there with my brothers and sisters also. I saw that it was not just my freedom that was curtailed. Okay, so it was not the freedom which was limited. Okay, which was limited. So when he was grown up, he has realized that the freedom has vanished away. Okay, next one. But the freedom of everyone who looked like I did. Okay, so he thought, so whatever the freedom has disappeared from me, no, so the same freedom has disappeared from the people who are living in the South Africa he is living. That is when I joined the African National Congress. Okay, so when he has realized that the freedom has taken away from the black people, lastly he decided, when he has grown up, he has decided that he wanted to join in the American National Congress, and that is when the hunger of my own freedom became the greater hunger for the freedom of my people. So when he has become the member of the African National Congress, if he gets the freedom only, then only my people can be freely, he thought, and he joined in that ANC. Okay, ANC is nothing but African National Congress. Next one. It was this desire for the freedom of my people to live their life with dignity and self-respect that animated my life, that transformed a frightened young man into a bold one, that drove a law-abiding attorney to become a criminal, that turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home, that forced a life-loving man to like a monk. See here. So when he has joined, for struggling to get the freedom, okay, he has completely changed, children. In what way he has changed means, it was this strong desire. That means it was this desire for the freedom. Okay, one strong wish has developed in his mind. In what way? In what way is nothing but see here, that a man, that drove law-abiding attorney to become a criminal. So whatever how he has changed means, so the person who is obeying the rules and regulations, okay, when he is converting into the criminal, he is telling. Next one, the turned a family-loving husband into a man without a home. Okay, so the person who is living in the home, who is having the responsibilities in the home, he has turned into the homeless, the person who don't have the home. In that way he has become. That forced a life-loving man to live like a monk. Okay, so that forced this whatever the position he has he has got now. After getting that position, he has become, in which way, children? He has turned his life into the life-loving man too. Okay, life-loving man. Everybody will loves to their life, children. So he has turned from life-loving man to like a monk. Monk is nothing but a saint. Sadhu, you will tell the children. That one. I am no more virtuous or self-sacrificing than the next man. I am not a real person. That means he has not become the real person, that much real person who has sacrificed their lives in different places history. But I found that I could not even enjoy the poor limited freedoms I also allowed when I knew my people were not free. So by taking the freedom, by having the freedom by my own, I cannot be satisfied. Why? Because if I am being very free, if I got the freedom, the other people who are living in my community, they are not being free. So to get the same freedom, I am struggling a lot, he has telling in his speech. So freedom is inevitable. Okay, the freedom is not divided. Yes or no, children? Freedom is equal for all the people, no? So he is telling that the freedom is not divided, indivisible. The chain on any one of my people were the chains on all of them. Okay, so if the chain has kept of in my people of any people means, if the chain has kept on any people means that the chain has kept on all of them. If the chain on all of my people were the chain of me, if the people are having the chains on all their bodies means it is equal to the chain having upon me also is telling. I knew that the oppressor must be liberated just as surely as the oppressed. Okay, I knew that means he knows that. Okay, he knows that the treaters must be liberated. The treaters, here oppressor is nothing but the treated children, the person who treats for the person. Okay, the treater will treat for the oppressor. Oppressor is nothing but to suffer. Sorry, oppressed is nothing but the sufferer children. So the treater have the same. The treater will not be happy even though he had the freedom. Even though he had the freedom, he will not be happy. He will be happy only at the time only when the oppressed, only when the sufferer has the freedom children. A man who takes away another man's freedom is a prisoner of hatred. That means the person who takes away another man's freedom. Okay, if I have the freedom, I will not be happy. Okay, even though if you take the another, if you are being happy by taking the another's freedom, is not the act, it is not the real freedom children. Okay, that is the true freedom when you are being happy and you are making others to be happy freely. Okay, if you are having the freedom means if you are giving the same freedom for the other people also, then only it will be very happy to him. I am not truly free if I am taking away some else freedom, just as surely as I am not free when my freedom is taken from me. So I will not be happy. I have repeated the words, no? I will not be happy by taking the other's freedom. I will be happy then only if all have the freedom. Next one, the oppressed and the oppressors alike are robbed of their humanity. So here oppressed is nothing but the sufferer and the treater, the person who suffers and the person who treats for the sufferer. Okay, they are alike robbed of their humanity, have the same freedom. These two people, the oppressor and the oppressed, both of them should have the same humanity, or also we can tell they should have the same freedom, we can tell children. So with this we have completed our reading A part from the 6th unit children. So if you have any doubt, you can refer the lesson, read the lesson once or twice, you can able to understand. If you need the biography of Nelson Mandela, we have the information about the author in our textbook in the page number 110. Okay children, so with this I am ending my class. In the next class we are going to have the another topic.